I mean, I guess that's the answer to the jiu-jitsu.
Just turned, made eye contact, and I got nervous. I legitimately perfect.
I'm coming for you. You better be ready.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammer's Lounge, episode 5. Kurt, you look very different. No. Kurt called out sick. What's up, Justin?
Yo, what's up? I am Kurt.
My brother grew a foot and became Asian. Oh.
It's his dream. It's his dream. It's his dream.
How tall are you?
I am actually 5'8". You know, it's funny, on the Dead Ass Girls podcast, Drizzy asked me how tall am I, and she said, am I under 5'10", which then I got kind of like, intrigued, like, is 5'10" average height? And I looked it up, and I was like, it is 5'10", 5'9". So it actually broke my heart knowing that I'm 5'8". I'm short.
You just missed out, man. Just missed out on the average height. Dang, yeah. So you are. You're like you're an inch or two shorter than Kurt. I don't know what he claims to be. I think he's 5'10". I don't know though. I know if you ask him though, he'll say he's average height.
I just started. Shout out to Kurt though. Shout out to Kurt. But I just did my New Year's resolution yesterday, or tried to attempt to start it, which is try to be healthy, try to exercise, which is a long time ago, invested in some DDP yoga. So I restarted that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I did a DDP yoga, baby.
Yeah, man. I tried doing
so you can get inches tall.
I got winded. I'm like, hell, man.
Did you like it?
My gut, dude. I spent too long trying to hold up my gut.
I got you, yeah. I mean, there's ways, there's maneuvers, But yeah.
Says the ticker is a little slow.
We should all do it together.
Yeah. Well,
we should all do it together.
Really quick, in the chat, Matt's asking, did Hammer call in sick? Yeah, he did. Apparently he's got something going on, like sore throat. He literally can't talk, which is essential for a podcast. So he's home. We were going to reschedule. We still might do another show on Thursday. I don't even know. It's up to him, really, if he wants to take the whole week off, or we'll just put it off for a day and me and him will do something. He might pop up in the chat because right now we're streaming live not only to twitch.tv/The Kai Tai Show, but we are also on my personal Facebook. Yes, I have a Facebook. And also we are live on our Twitter channel, Hammer's Lounge, at Hammer's Lounge. So he might pop in. He might. I don't know, though. I've been trying to get up with him all night, dude. I can't. Like, once he's sick, dude, he's like... He is dead to the world. Like, that kid don't answer his phone, nothing. How do you handle being sick?
I guess you could say when Hammer is sick, he's too legit to quit.
Oh, damn it. That was stupid.
Hammer time!
How many hammer puns can we get, man? Really quick. We're just going to go ahead and plug it real fast. Let's get this shit out of the way. We have our YouTube channel up and running, at least the bare bones minimum. Please head on over to just search for Hammer's Lounge. I don't have a custom URL yet till we get to 100 subscribers. I think we're one shy of 20. So look us up, head over there, click like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let us get to 100 so I can get us a URL or something. I don't know. And then also, if you ever missed the YouTube shows, we do have the podcast like audio version. I know we're on Spotify. That's always my first start. But from there, I couldn't tell you where else we are. I think we're on Apple. I think we're on Google. I don't know. You can find us somewhere though. But who handles that on your end? Because you, Justin, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself. I'm bringing you in from another show.
Yeah. Well, for those that don't know me, my name is Justice Santos. I am Filipino. 5'8" is my height, and I'm okay with that. Me, my friends, my colleagues, my homies, long life friends, started a wrestling podcast. That's how we all know each other. We sit there and we just bring topical information about wrestling. We try to incorporate mainstream stuff in there. Um, our show is mainly comedy. You know, we joke, we make fun. We don't really get too technical. We're just there, you know, basically like a barbershop. You know, we're just inviting everyone to come in, listen to a bunch of Asians talk about half naked men and sometimes half naked women.
Now,
So, you know, get your podcast on every, you know, streaming podcast app, Apple, Spotify, Pod Stitcher, you know, podcast, I don't know, whatever, you know.
yeah, it's dude. The
All of them,
audio.
all of them.
There's a million places now you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah, Stitcher is one. There's
Yes.
like a bunch of different
Spotify's my go-to. Pandora used to be mine. I liked
Oh.
Stitcher. Stitcher came stock on my BlackBerry way fucking back.
Oh, BlackBerry. Which one did you have? Which one did you have?
The touch or no the not the torch because the torch was like their first touchscreen one.
Yeah.
It was the one with the trackball. It had the fucking little
Yeah, the
trackball,
big
man.
one. Like the Palm Pilot?
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah, man. That was the junk. That was the first one you could get full web pages on.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you
Yep.
got to look at your porn in all its glory, man. It was fantastic. I wish I was kidding.
No, you're not. Because I know
Hell
all
no.
about it.
That was like the only thing you use them for. Does anybody even watch porn on TV anymore?
That's a good question. I mean, okay, you know what? There was one time Daryl was throwing a party, right, at his apartment in the city. And one of our friends, shout out to Nadeem, while we were watching the Cubs game, okay, and we're on the south side suburbs, so we're mostly the Sox, but you know, whatever, Chicago, you have to represent anyway. So like we were watching the Cubs game. At the end of the game, our friend Nadeem streams his porn from his phone to the TV, right? And it's of a midget having sex.
Tell me this was intentional.
So
Like,
technically,
tell me
we
this was
all
on
watch
purpose.
porn.
Like he didn't go to the bathroom and then all of a sudden this shit just
No,
popped
he
up
did
on
it
your
on purpose.
TV.
He did it on purpose. It was the dude that Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer stuff.
Vern-
Oh man, rest in peace, Vern.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's awesome though. That's
Yeah,
funny.
dude. We were all like cheering for the like right when the game was over, everyone's cheering, and then all of a sudden he streamed that shit from his phone.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, off to a fantastic start.
Are we doing that here? We're not doing that here.
No, we're not doing that here. So with you guys, you're all Chicago based.
Yes.
Now, my show, obviously, we do it remotely, do it over like, you know, Zoom calls like we are right now. Are you guys recording in person? Are you guys doing Zoom right now because of the pandemic? What are y'all doing?
Yeah. So now because we don't do the studio, just because I mean it's available, but you know shit is risky, you know, so we don't want to do that. Plus, like me and Charlie are working with high level people, like people come in and out of the area and stuff like that. And you know, I work in the medical field just like Daryl, so I wouldn't want to put my friends at risk, and I'm sure Charlie wouldn't want to do the same as well. So it's just best that we, you know, try to find another avenue, which is Zoom, you know.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we tried doing email, but that shit doesn't work like that, you know.
So you guys are on a break. You said you're coming back at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Via Zoom, right?
Yeah, via Zoom.
Via Zoom. Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean, it's
man.
free, you know. It's free, you know. So might as well.
It's really not though.
Well,
you
technically
have to
not
pay a
free.
subscription.
You have to pay a subscription, yeah.
If you do more than 2 people, if you want more than 40 minutes before they drop your call.
Wait, what? I thought the timing is what you have to pay, not the amount of people you have to pay to.
So 2 is free for any length of time. But the moment you have a call with 3 or more people, you get 40 minutes before the call drops, and then you have to reload it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we used to have it used to cause us issues because most of the time we were fine because we would use the same account.
Yeah.
You know, because on Wednesdays on the SmackDraw podcast, you know, I used to have a larger crew. It's mainly it's 4 of us now, but there used to be like 7 of us, and we would
Right.
divide it on Wednesdays. We'd be shooting NXT and AEW simultaneously,
Yeah.
and normally one person would have a group of 3 and then the other one would be a group of 2 and it'd be fine. But every now and then you'd have 3 and 3 and they'd forget to communicate with each other and one of their calls would drop in the middle of the show.
No.
Yeah, it happened a couple times. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, growing pains, man, growing pains.
I mean, you learn. You know what I'm saying? You learn, and that's what happens. But yeah, so we're doing through the Zoom. It was kind of difficult, like because everybody wants to throw in their jokes sometimes, and like sometimes like without seeing each other. Because now we use the Zoom call, like the actual call. Before we were just audio. So now that we can see each other, now we can see when everyone's gonna try to attempt to say the joke versus just like
get their stuff in.
Get their stuff in. Yeah.
Do you find it hard living a stereotype being an Asian in the medical field? Is that
You know what's funny? Yes and no, because obviously I just play to my advantage. But it's funny because like some people actually don't think I'm Asian or Filipino. They think I'm a totally different race.
really?
Like,
What have you been mistaken for?
Dude, German is
German.
one. Greek is one. White, because I don't know if you could tell, but my skin is very pale, sir. Because most Filipinos are kind of on the mocha, you know what I'm saying? The dark caramel color,
The goatee gives it away, man. You got more than Caucasian in you, though.
Yeah, so then they're like, are you like Italiano or something, And,
See, my white bread ass would just get you mixed up for Mexican or Puerto Rican. That's
and you know what? And that, hey, listen, Mexicans and Filipinos are like the first hybrid race, so like I'm cool with that too. Like my last name is Santos, so there's Spanish heritage, So, I mean, yeah. As long as you don't call me something like, bad, like, motherfucker or something like that.
I thought you were about to drop a race that's bad. Like, as long as you don't call me a bad race.
Well, we might have to talk about
Like
that
Swedish
when this
or
thing
something.
is
I don't know.
over. When this thing is over.
Yo, so obviously with the pandemic, everything, you said you're working with high level people. I assume you are more than willing to wait for fans to return to sporting events and wrestling and all that stuff.
Well, you know what? It's funny. It's like for me, I mean, if everyone just follows the guidelines of what they're supposed to do, everyone should be okay. But not everyone does that. Everyone's gonna be like, I'm not wearing the mask or blah blah blah, or I don't give a shit about washing my hands or whatever. Like, if everyone followed those rules, I think everything would be all right. But at the same time, it's just scary, like being next to somebody. Like, dude, like, other than your family, when has somebody like dapped you up or like been shoulder to shoulder, and you're like, what the fuck,
Yeah. At my job, I've said like 6 foot motherfucker a couple times. But no, I can't drop the MFer at work, but because I work in retail. But
right.
No, so I work in a cell phone store.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times these guys, they'll bring in cell phones. They want me to look over their phones, which, by the way, probably the most unsanitary thing during a pandemic is handling someone's
wear gloves when you do
fucking
that?
phone.
Gloves?
No, but my hands are raw from sanitizer. Like we got sanitizer like every 4 foot. There's another bottle of sanitizer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a lot of these times these people, they'll give me their cell phones and then they'll want to hover like right next to me, like looking at their phone at the same time. And I'm honestly not as concerned as like for health as I am just personal space. I'm actually kind of using it to my advantage because I just don't like people that close anyways. So it's just my like unarguable excuse to tell you to back up. Be like, yo, it's a pandemic. You gotta back up, man. I was like, I'll show you your phone from right here. This is what I'm doing. You stand on the other side of this table. All right. God damn it, get out of my face.
I can imagine your job could be, over borderline now compared to even before. I mean, especially like giving somebody's phone. You don't know where that's phone been. Is it sanitized? Do you guys sanitize the phone before actually?
Not every time we should. We're usually following up washing our hands after handling the phones instead of washing the phones ahead of time.
I see.
Yeah, but no, it's been weird. I will say this though, like, because I'm in North Carolina, and this is usually like a backwards area.
Okay.
And now, granted, depending on the store you're in, determines how much people care about the damn pandemic. Like in my store, we just tell you the moment you walk through a door, hey, you got a mask. Usually nowadays, like, it's not as abrasive as it was a couple months ago. Usually people are down with it. Rarely does somebody come in and act like an idiot. The most we'll get is like, do you have a mask to provide me? Which we'll throw them a fucking tissue or something. But other stores, like grocery stores and down here liquor stores. Out in Chicago, can you buy liquor everywhere, or you have to go to a specific store?
Yeah, I mean, there's like liquor sections in like,
But you don't. But you can sell liquor in a gas station, in a grocery store. You can sell here. Yeah. Liquor is sold in its own brick and mortar stores. You can't buy it anywhere.
Oh, that's
you have to go to what it's called, the ABC store. That's the name of the store. Okay. Yeah, and the liquor stores, that's the last place you find people wearing masks. Nobody trying to get drunk gives a damn about their health, man. You walk in there's no mask. I wear mine now mainly because of my job. It's sad, but yeah, my job is what got me used to it. If it wasn't for my work, I'd probably still be an ignorant, like, no mask wearing dick.
Right. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to wear the mask all day, especially if you're like outside and or people are trying to jog or shoot porn. It's hard. I can imagine it's hard.
Yo, do you wear it outside?
Yeah, I do.
See, that's where I draw the limit. But I don't know if where are you in a more densely populated area?
Yeah, so like if you like look at the red states that are in United States, like our area, Illinois, Chicago, it's like red as hell.
Oh,
We're
I got you.
It's like yeah. I mean, I can understand if you're like in the open, like
yeah. I'm out in the country. You know what I mean? I'm never walking outside forced to be within like 6 foot of somebody else.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you walk outside here, there's like at least 20 people already.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so that's the difference. All right. Yeah, people who wear their mask in their car though are fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Those motherfuckers. Like, you're in your own bubble. Like, this. Like...
Maybe they don't trust the car. They don't trust the person that was just in here. Like, God damn!
It's your car.
Richard was just in here.
You're the one who let him in.
Also, my wife makes masks, so I have to, I wear them.
Rock them.
She wears them, and they're so comfortable. Not just Stitches, not a shameless plug, but it's a shameless plug. Not just Stitches on Facebook.
There you go. That's awesome. My last thing with the mask, and then we can get off it. I'm sure people, that's riveting stuff. I love how people, like, we're like a year into the pandemic, all they want to hear is fucking masks. No.
I don't know. At this point, it's comfortable. I feel like it's a part of my wardrobe.
My shit it's the facial hair, bro. Like the ones I wear at work. See, like if I'm out and about, I'll wear a bandana. I know it's probably not doing much, but the bandana will keep the goatee straight.
Oh, the like where it's just the scarf.
Yeah.
Like you're about to go,
Well, I'm like it pushes that junk in, and then when it comes out, I got like it's like hat hair. It's like anything else, man. My goatee looks like it already looks kind of dumb, but it looks even worse.
I got you what you're saying.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. This is an MMA podcast. I got to talk some level of fighting. Do you sit down? Do you ever watch any fights at all? Like, you ever turn it on?
Well, I mean, if I was going to go watch a fight, I could just go to the high school that's down the street. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fight. Whether it's going to be good, I can't tell you that, sir. But it will be entertaining for me. But we used to. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We used to watch like when Ronda Rousey was just like up and coming.
Dude, she was a beast.
was a beast. Yeah, she was. I mean, and then what's that one? I think she's Brazilian. Like she was up and coming too. She was like,
The one that knocked out Ronda?
mm, yeah, it was like one of Ronda's returns. Not
Yeah, Amanda Nunes.
Amanda
She's
Nunes.
a
So
lot
like,
of people hail Nunes as the greatest female fighter of all time.
yeah, because she was just like getting her buzz around that same time. Like that division had some pretty gems in that area,
Hmm.
and Amanda Nunes was one of them. But yeah, it was cool. And then like Holly Holmes when she knocked out Ronda Rousey was
That was
crazy.
fantastic.
It was crazy, dude. Like the
Yeah.
shit.
A lot
that
of people
Holly Holmes
slept on
doing-
that fight. Like Holly
No.
Holmes was a known kickboxer, but Ronda started knocking people out.
Yeah,
And that was the thing and then this talk began. People were saying that Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. Is how crazy this hype got around this woman.
well, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could definitely beat him in a reading contest. I can tell you that.
Yeah, fuck man. You that rich? You don't have to read, man. You gotta
It's true.
read.
You just read dollars, baby.
Hell yeah.
Dollars.
No, Ronda. So to give you an idea, about Nunes, she first. So obviously she beat Ronda Rousey, which was she crushed her. And then afterwards, Holly Holm, who is known for her kickboxing, more notably like kicking people's fucking heads off.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes came out and did that to her, kicked her in the head. It's kind of like if like a boxer knocked out Mike Tyson with a left hook.
Yeah, right,
She got beat with her own damn thing.
Right.
And then Nunes went on to beat essentially like the Terminator of women. This woman's name was Cyborg.
Yeah. I remember this. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so to put this for like, in a pro wrestling term, Cyborg was essentially like China. She was built
Okay.
like a man. She was built bigger and just more masculine than any other woman in the division.
Like
And
T1000.
she ran through them.
Yeah.
She also got popped for steroids. But yeah, Nunes came out and knocked her out. No one had. I don't think the Cyborg had been beat in like the better part, if not over a decade. Hadn't
'cause
lost
I
a
think
fight.
He was over, right? They were like a lot of people were putting Cyborg over Nunez at that time.
Yeah, Cyborg was just looked unstoppable. She looked
Mhm.
like a man in
Yeah.
there with women. Like, no offense, but I mean, she took like the women didn't stand a chance against her. Like it was like a slaughter every time that woman was in the ring. And then you had Nunes come out and just 180, man, just knocked her out, like completely out. It was amazing. And then UFC, who had behind the scenes issues with her, fucking dropped her ass right away.
Yeah. What was that all about?
So behind the scenes, Cyborg was a hard person to deal with. It's kind of like the trying to like condense this long history thing. Cyborg
Mhm.
was always out there fighting about pay and about all these other things.
Oh, I see.
And so the moment that she lost to Nunes, most people wanted to see the rematch because a woman who hadn't been beat in a decade, obviously deserves a rematch. But no, Dana White, the Vince McMahon of UFC.
Yeah. Right.
Dana just said like, no, you lost, you're out. Just cut her, cut ties, got her ass out. She did the job and she left.
That's crazy.
Kind of like Cain Velasquez when he came over to WWE.
Oh,
he-
was it like a paid thing? They didn't want to pay her. Is that ultimately what it was? Or
She was just a lot of trouble, man. She had a lot of backstage heat.
Hard to
Let's say it
work
like
with.
that.
Yeah,
A lot of
okay.
backstage heat. Crown Royals in the chat. Yo, Crown's going to
Good.
throw out a million different fights scenarios. I'll try to get to those Crown when I can. But anyways, this Saturday, Max Holloway's taking on Calvin Kattar. Holloway is the former featherweight champion, and a lot of people hail him as the best featherweight of all time. He knocked off, you've probably heard of Jose Aldo.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Jose Aldo was considered the greatest of that division, and
Right.
Holloway knocked him off twice before he got beat himself. But Calvin Kattar and Holloway are both like stand-up fighters,
Okay.
so this one looks really interesting because Holloway has a way of moving and getting in your range and overwhelming you, but Calvin Kattar is an insanely intelligent boxer where he can kind of find ways to get around that shit. So it's a really intriguing matchup between, like they always say, styles makes fights. and the two styles here make it a very, very interesting thing going forward. So it's one to look out for if you get a chance, man. This will be the first UFC ever on ABC.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, how is this gonna be televised?
Yeah, it's going to be on ABC.
Disney?
Yep, free. It's free. It's going to be. Let me see. Where are they fighting out of?
Epcot Center. Epcot Center.
Oh, do you have it in front of you? Are you doing better work than I am at this stuff? Pulling it up now. ABC, ESPN Plus, January 16th. The card starts at 3 p.m.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they must be fighting overseas then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're probably fighting over in Fight Island in Abu Dhabi.
That's where they had a bunch of fights too, right?
So it's funny. Dana, listen to this baller move. Dana White, you know, in go back to pro wrestling. Pro wrestling, everybody lives mainly in North America. That's in the WWE. A couple of them may live in Canada or something, but primarily everyone that you see is in North America to begin with. UFC, they live all over the world. And with the pandemic, travel restrictions have become extremely difficult to put fights on. People are literally not allowed to fly to the States. Well, Dana White found a way around the issue. He bought a fucking island in Abu Dhabi. And and now everyone's able to, I guess, allowed to fly to this island, stay at this hotel that they built from the ground up for 2 weeks while they quarantine, and then throw on their fights right there.
Dude, that's pretty nice.
It's pretty baller. He literally, there was a UFC 3 events ago, I want to say. A UFC went on, and you had, I can't remember the division. It's like featherweight or bantamweight. It's a smaller weight division.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember the fight, but I remember they had stuff there.
Yeah, you had 2 fights that were in the same division. One was a title fight, and another one was a number 1 contenders fight. And after that fight was done, after the 2 fights were done, the guys were pretty much escaped with no harm. Like, they both dominated essentially their wins. So Dana went to him and was just like, "Hey, don't fly home. Like, chill here for like another 2 to 3 weeks, and we're gonna put you on the next UFC."
Oh, nice.
Like, don't even leave, just stay here. Nice. And then they went on to have essentially like fight of the year, like one of the best fights of 2020. It was a fantastic fight.
I'm gonna have to check that out. It sounds like he's doing like his that dude that bought his own island for Girls Gone Wild.
I wasn't aware of that.
Fighter Fest, the same thing. It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
I was not aware that some dude bought his own island just so he could film chicks like slutty college students.
Yeah. Something like that.
Might as well just get a boat. Don't need an island. You just need a boat. Oh man. So instead of asking you like hardcore questions about MMA, we'll talk about more like celebrity. What's your thoughts on Conor McGregor?
You know, I don't have a problem with him. I mean, like, see, the thing is, like, UFC kind of mirrors WWE or just pro wrestling in general.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor is taking that personality, like that Ric Flair persona of a character, and drawing like more people in, because in the end, whether like he's gonna win a fight, you want to see somebody like that get his ass beat, you know. And some people also gravitate to somebody like Conor McGregor, who talks a lot, who could back it up, who's, you know, like, you know, kind of cocky, but, you know, also there that he could whoop somebody's ass if possible. But yeah, I mean, it's just like they're just a bunch of characters.
That actually brings me to another question I have for you. So do you watch, like, do you have any sports like NBA, NFL, anything you keep up with?
Yeah, so like, yeah, so me and the crew are like very heavy into the NBA.
Okay.
A little bit NFL, but I like more college football.
Yeah.
I also like extreme pogo sticking.
Don't tell you weren't in my group. I saw that on the Ocho, bro.
I heard that. I heard that in one of the Twitch, and I was like, "Wait, let me look this up. What is Kyle
Yo, I
talking
watched that
about?"
junk on the Ocho. That shit
Bro,
was
it's crazy. They're like flying in the air, man, and it's just off of a pogo stick. Like they're getting so much air. Like the one dude like pogoed off a truck, like over the truck, and he was able to do like 2 like flips with his stick. Like,
It was crazy.
what is happening here? And he didn't land, like combusting his jaw. Like, it's pretty wild. And then I didn't know it's like this actual sport.
Neither did I. I forget what the hell I was watching on ESPN, or if I think I was just channel surfing.
Yeah.
And it was like the world championship pogo sticking event. I watched that shit.
I'm telling you, no,
Yo.
don't laugh at us. People, check it out. Literally,
Extreme
people are
pogo
just flying.
sticking. Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
it's
no
crazy.
joke. I watched Pogo Palooza is what it was called. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat for like an hour straight. Like, I was
See, the one I watched was like a skate version where they had the fishbowl lens on a GoPro.
for real.
They were just doing all these extreme stuff. I was like, yo, this is crazy, dude. What is Kyle into? You know, I'm like,
I mean, it's the only one I ever saw. But I did go out. I did look up like one of the guys. I even made some custom art for him just because I was like really into. I was like, you know what? Tonight, I might never watch this again, but tonight I'm 100% in this extreme pogo sticking. I'm gonna like invest all my effort tonight into being the biggest extreme pogo sticking fan before I go back to the real world tomorrow.
right. I mean, dude, it's entertaining. It's entertaining, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
No, but yeah. So NBA, other than wrestling, NBA,
So
you know, football, college football.
I don't know how much it pertains to sports, although I'm pretty sure there's some out there. Do you prefer? Because I mean, we're both pro wrestling fans, you know. So there's some crossover into the sporting world, where people go from being showing great sportsmanship and become in favor of showmanship. Now, me as a pro wrestling fan, I love that when it comes to MMA, like Conor McGregor's, the Chael Sonnens, these guys that are extreme showmen, because even if you don't like them, you want to tune in to watch him get knocked out, you know. And then also, honestly, after watching like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of fights where everybody just like shakes hands and hugs and like, I respect you, bro, you kind of want somebody to buck the norm. Does that go on? That has to be going on in NBA.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, Draymond Green is one that he has a lot of personality, a lot of trash talking. I mean, he's not like the best NBA player, but he's like the guy that you want on your team type. And like he does it a lot. There's like in the 90s NBA, like I'm talking like the era of Michael Jordan and, you know, Dennis Rodman, Carmelo, like that era of the NBA, like there was a lot of like personalities. Like you had Shaq, you had
Dennis Rodman back in the 90s was huge.
Right.
into being a showman. I
mean,
like,
and like it's funny you mentioned him because he did a great job of going through the wrestling world and using just basically his persona times 10, you know, on the wrestling side, because that's who he basically was, like on and off the court. He was kind of like that guy that got into your head and kind of messed with you.
Yeah.
And so I mean, in all sports, I mean, like there's like what's that called? In tennis, it's all over tennis. Like there's a bunch of personalities like Andre Agassi and.
Well, you got to stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta
the
stand
top
out.
of the heap can be only so big, and it's honestly killing boxing right now. Like boxing's a dying sport.
Yeah.
Boxing's biggest events now take place with YouTube stars like Jake and Logan Paul, or aging fighters, Mike Tyson.
Nate Robinson, the one with the
Mike Tyson fighting in his 50s. You know, those are like the biggest drawing boxing fights. You know, you ask any casual boxing fan, like, you know, like name like, you know, someone like top 10 fighters in the world right now.
Like Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, Evander Holyfield, you know, Roy Jones Jr.
There's this funny guy in MMA right now. Everybody hates him, and he's kind of had a little bit of a fall from grace. I'm struggling to remember his name. 1 second, really quick. Oh god, I don't know why. Like I always forget people. Like when I want to think about them. Oh, Covington, Colby Covington. Have you heard of this guy?
Okay, I may have.
So Colby Covington, unlike Conor McGregor and Chael Sonnen, who took a lot of stuff from like you know, I mean, they took a lot of stuff from like WWE, like just stereotypical, like you know, trash talk. They try to be clever. Colby Covington, instead of trying to really be clever, he just created a loud like MAGA persona. Like his whole thing was Trump loving, calling people in foreign countries like dogs and stuff. Very borderline racist, and he got under the skin of so many people, including me. Like I couldn't stand this guy. I was like, you know what? I love showmanship, but this is just fucked up. Like
yeah. It's almost like attention. I just want attention type of thing.
Yeah, I think it was because he's not really that clever. Like I appreciate people who can do it and are clever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just because you're the loudest guy in the room doesn't mean you're gonna be the most entertaining. Right. And I think that was his issue. But he pissed off a lot of people. But he had a title fight against Kamaru Usman, and Usman broke his fucking jaw. He broke his jaw, and he TKO'd him. So he knocked him out, but he wasn't like out cold. He just couldn't defend himself. TKO'd him in the 5th round. It was nice. He hasn't got kind of the same level of attention since that loss, but he's still out there like pissing people off and shit.
Still doing the same stick as
Yeah. He didn't really he didn't just like lose and then be like, okay, I'm gonna be my real self again. No, I mean at that point you've been doing it for a couple of years. I will say one aspect of his personality, you seen like what RVD has been doing with like the strippers and stuff.
Well, like when he was on Impact and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's like constantly like just like overly sexed. That's what Covington does on like some of his videos. Is he'll have like naked chicks like wearing like championship belts and stuff and everything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. He's a character, man. I wonder if he's really a fucking prick though. Like, cause he's a really believable prick.
I mean, sometimes you wonder. I mean, I hope not. I mean, I hope that's just a gimmick, you know. Yeah,
we learned that another UFC fighter that might actually be one, which sucks, because he's a pioneer. He's part of the golden age of UFC. His name is Pat Miletich. He was like a big wrestler. His ass was arrested because he attended the fucking riots at the Capitol.
The Capitol Hill riot? Okay.
Yeah, man. I was there. That stung. I mean, you're gonna find out about some of those people, but
yeah.
I was like, Pat.
Well, you know, funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I can see that you're heartbroken finding something like that out. Like recently, I had like a huge crush on Christy Swanson. Do you know who Christy Swanson is?
No.
She's Buffy, the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer on the movie and stuff like that.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, dude, she's fine. She's fine. In the 90s, she's fine. And then I found out that she supports the guy. I mean, not like, listen, I don't have a problem if you support him or whatever. That's you. But like, you also have to know that he ain't right. You know what I mean? Like something's not right. You know what I mean? You have to like know in yourself like something's wrong, right? And she like denies all of that. And it's just like I couldn't believe that this woman was on that side. I'm like, no, I hate you, bitch. I hate you.
Yeah, I when it comes to politics, like I'm like one of those people. I'm like, dude, both sides are fucking scum. Like I really find like both sides to be scummy. And when people say you have to like choose a side, it's like, I can't.
It's hard.
It's like, dude, I could not. 1 second. Hey, you want to come say hi real quick? I see you eyeballing me. Come on, man. Come on. I see you eyeballing me. I'm getting distracted on air. Come on. Come in here. Now what you gotta do is you gotta look at that right here, and you're gonna say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yo.
That's Justin. Say, what's up, Justin?
Hi, what's up, Justin?
What's up, little man? How you doing?
He says, how you doing?
Good.
Good? Yeah? All right. Hey, look. You gonna go to bed?
Yeah.
I'll be in there in a little bit, okay? We're almost done. Okay?
He ain't going to bed.
You gonna go to bed?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
You want me to come in and say goodnight? Yeah? All right, give me a moment. I'll be in. Don't look at me like that. I'll be in. Shut the door when you leave, okay?
You gonna play Among Us? You gonna play Among Us?
Hey,
You gonna play
look, I love you.
You got the iPad right now on Among Us.
Who got the iPad on Among Us?
Your little kid. He's like, oh, I was gonna see if Dad's really staying there for a long time.
Oh no, dude, my kid can't. He's only 5, man.
He's only 5.
Yeah, he's only 5.
He's 5 years old.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought he was 8, dude.
Is that fucking shaved head? My wife shaved his head. He lost all his
He was
boyish.
8,
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah, he's only 5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my gosh.
took him to he had testing. He does martial arts. He does taekwondo.
Okay. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. He moved up a belt yesterday. I'm proud of little man. I told him he could stay up tonight
man,
as kind of like a
congrats.
celebration.
Yeah. Tell him I said congratulations.
Yeah, I will. Fuck man, I lost my spot, little bastard.
We're talking about politics and how
Politics.
it's all-
Oh yeah, god damn it.
Yes,
This is like one of the only times you ever actually. I usually dance around it, man. I usually like avoid it. No, I'll say one thing. Like when I realized, because I've always been kind of conservative, but I don't like. My aunt taught me at a young age, like a lesson, and it was always that like, anytime you hear an argument, like you try to piece it together from both sides, but don't lean. Like usually the truth is found somewhere in the middle, and I always find that like I find that belief in politics. Like I like some things that conservatives do, and I like a lot of things, you know, that Democrats and liberals do, but I can't be down with like one side shutting out the other. Like it's like it doesn't seem right. I don't think anybody has the answer. But I'll say one thing though, when Trump fucking mocked the dude with cerebral palsy, I was like, yeah, this fucker, how we elected this dude? Like how is this dude taking office? Like our president mocked a disabled person, and we want that as the leader of the free world. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, it just doesn't even stop there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean? The coronavirus.
But at the same
stuff.
time, I didn't want to see Hillary. I didn't want to fucking see Hillary either. I was like, I don't want neither.
Well, the problem is,
how?
This is probably another conversation for another day, but.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, we're not with them, and so, you know, we want all love everywhere.
All love, yes, man, and that's the thing is power to the people, man.
Yeah, power to the people.
Power
It's
to
not those people that went into Capitol Hill. Just not those people.
No, not those fucking people.
Not those people.
Look, oh my god, I have a couple like games that I play online. And I'm in like a couple foreign clans, and they're asking me like, "Yo, what's this about this and everything?" I was like, "Bro, I don't even want to talk about it." I was like, "This is fucking embarrassing." It's like, please don't associate all of us with those. Like,
you mean like people from out of state? Like, I mean,
from
out of the country? From
Yeah.
another country?
yeah, because like I play a stupid little phone game, and
yeah,
it's real stupid. But the clan I'm in is like top 15 on the world, like in the world. So we have people on the team from like all over the place. And I think one of the guys is like German, but he also speaks English. And yeah, he was asking me, he's like, "Hey, what's up with this, man?" And he's like showing me like fucking mock Lego sets of the Capitol Hill riots and shit. It's stupid stuff. And I was like, "Look, man," I was like, "I really don't want to talk about
How
this."
do you answer that? You know,
I was like, "It's embarrassing." I was like, "Nobody's happy about this."
Yeah.
And I was like, the ones that are happy about it, where we don't want to talk about them either. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, you know, it's funny. It's kind of like remember when all that stuff happened in the summer with George Floyd. I remember you put out a thing on your Twitter about people just want to hang out and just like talk about positivity and just everything.
Yeah.
And it's crazy like how many people were there just talking about like how this isn't right and like this needs to be fixed and like shout out to you for doing that, man.
No, I was, so once again, my other show, half of it is made up of people of color, and one thing I've always come to accept about myself is I will not pretend to act like I understand other people's struggles, and then I won't use my own struggles to discredit theirs. See, a lot of people will hear like, "Oh, you have problems. Well, I have problems too." And they use that as a mechanism to discredit the stuff that you go through. You know what I mean? And it's a defense mechanism. And I get it. Nobody ever wants to like feel privileged. like admit that maybe they had a better hand at it. So what I did was I just told him, I was like, look, I don't know anything about this. I don't know what the fuck you guys are going through. I don't know what you have gone through. All I know is right now you're telling me it's important that I speak up and say that I vocally support you.
Yeah.
You know, and I just made it a point to do that. I called up Wrestling News World, who's the website that allows us to put our show on, which is very nice of them. And I told him, I said, hey, look, man, it's important. My guys want to support Black Lives Matter. I said, I don't think it's a permanent thing, but they said it's really important that they support it, and we give a little segment. You know, can we do that on your website? And they got back to me and said, go ahead and do it. And I said, all right, man. And and I mean, really, that was it.
Yeah. I mean, props to you guys, because you and shout out to Matt. You guys are way more articulate than see, I just fucked up that word. That's how I'm not articulate. Like, you guys are way more articulate than like any of us. So like anytime that you guys
the fuck you talking about? You're in the medical field. You like acted. My dumb ass sells cell phones for a living. Give me a break.
That way in real life. When I clock out, that part of me is gone. That part of me is way gone. Like, if you saw me at work, you'd be like, that is not the same guy on Get Your Podcast. That can't be him making those innuendo sexual jokes. But yeah, I mean, like, that part of me is gone. Once I clock out, that part of my brain is dormant until I have to go back to work, you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, anytime that you guys did anything like that, I just hopped on board just because, like, we just didn't know how to say it, and if we did, it just would just be a big mess. I mean, I remember when it happened, like, we were like, we're gonna talk about this, you know, it's important to us as well too, and I kid you not, I haven't written on a notepad in such a long fucking time that I had to make sure I wasn't going to mess up what the fuck I was going to say. Because usually I do the opening monologue, you know? And, like, I was like, I told Charlie and Jam, like, hey, I'm going to fuck this up. So I don't think it's best that we do this today.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And Jay was like, don't worry. I got it. Since Jay, you know, I don't know if he'll kill me for saying this, but Jay has a journalism degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and his first job was in something like that, and he's way more articulate. Way more.
Yeah, that's one thing I envy about Kenny for Your Thoughts. I was like, damn it, dude. Kenny. I was like, Kenny's got such well fucking thought out takes.
Kenny like makes scripture.
I know, man. Oh, that junk gets me every time. I'm like, that's exactly what I tried to say, but I threw in about 13 cuss words and a dick joke. Yeah. So I was like, it didn't come across the same. But I was like, no, I'd love, dude. Kenny is a fantastic person. That's somebody in 2021 I want to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny's dope. He's a good guy.
Something else I want in 2021 is these fucking Ric Flair Dame 7s. All right. I'm not even a sneaker guy, man. I'm not. I need these damn sneakers.
What do they say about the release date? I haven't checked them out. When the release
these Dame 7s. So if you're not aware, it's I guess for one, I'm not a shoe guy. I know there's like people out there, they are they collect shoes and everything.
Yeah, you're talking to one of them.
They're Adidas.
Talking to one of them.
Let me see here.
The Dame 7 is a nice shoe. I think the Street Profits are wearing them.
Yeah.
So
the Ric Flairs, they come in gold or blue. They're $110. Affordable. Yeah, I always like when I hear about like name brand sneakers, I always hear they're like $300, $500 and stuff.
No, that's Nike. Nike overcharges on a whole bunch of shit.
No, I've always been a fan of Adidas since the 90s.
Yeah. So okay, so take this out. Those are dope. I don't know when the release is because before we covered that on our show. I want to say sometime a while ago when Adidas is gonna do something with Ric Flair, and like we were wondering like how they're gonna do it because the thing that WWE did with Puma was like low key kind of whack.
I didn't realize they did anything with.
They did a whole line with Puma. They did a box for Undertaker, and it was all black. and it just said Undertaker on it, like a logo here. Like the collector's box came in the coffin, like the Undertaker coffin.
Yeah.
So they made the shoebox like a coffin. They did that. That was all right. They did one colorway that was supposed to match the ice creams from back in the day. You remember the ice creams, the WWF ice creams from back in the day?
This may have been a period of time when I wasn't watching wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the way I've kind of explained it with pro wrestling, I think it was towards the end of the Attitude Era, or not the Attitude, excuse me, the Ruthless Aggression. I always said, I think it was like Ryback was coming, like if Ryback was on TV, I wasn't watching. Like I missed 100% of CM Punk's run.
So you missed the Summer of Punk. Okay.
Yeah, I never saw CM Punk live. It was actually the WrestleMania the year he quit, because it was The Rock and John Cena. That's what got me back into it. That's what pulled me back in.
All right.
So I had just missed it.
Like you saw the beginning of Shield and all that, and Okay.
Maybe I did. I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't like I came back in like I was watching it every week. It was like I watched WrestleMania, and then like I'd watch like the next pay-per-view, and then eventually I'd watch like, I think they did like a show on Saturdays that would recap like Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, I mean, there was probably like a year or two I wasn't even watching the shows. I was just getting recapped and watching the pay-per-views.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So these are the Dame Sevens. You can't see right now, but I'm just showing.
I've seen what they look like, and they're dope.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it.
Yeah, these are the Dame Sevens. They got them in gold, and they got them in blue. I gotta go gold. Like, how are you gonna associate the blue with Ric Flair? Like, I get he had that blue robe, but the gold and white, I easily associate with him.
No, the question is like, are you gonna be wearing this just casually, or are you gonna be wearing it to play basketball in?
Well, I don't play ball, so casually.
See, yeah, my problem with Adidas basketball shoes is that like they have a great line of just casual lifestyle shoes, but when it comes to their basketball shoes, sometimes it doesn't transcend on a regular fit. However, with sweats, anything works.
Anything works.
So the gold is definitely the best one though.
So what size shoe do you wear? I'm gonna put that out there.
I wear size 11.
See, you and me both, we ain't getting them. We ain't getting them. They got size 7 through 10, and then, 7 through 9, and then they've got size 15. So men's 9 through 15 sold out, and you have to be put on an email to be notified when they're back in stock.
To be notified when they're going to restock?
Yeah, you have to be on an email, and then if you wanted to settle for blue, it's even worse. Anything over 9 is sold out.
Okay. See, this is like this is me and Jay's like favorite, and shout out to Luigi when he was on the show. Like this was like our favorite topic that we tried to incorporate into our show, was our love for sneakers and like street culture and all that shit. Anytime that we can mix that in to our show is like our main goal. Like, cause they're like in wrestling, I feel wrestling can be woven in any part of like fandom, you know what I'm saying? Like because it fits in so many levels, and I just feel like certain avenues they're just not in yet. You know what I mean?
It's a variety show. Right.
Exactly.
A lot of people get hung up on the whole aspect of it being like fake fighting, and right. I'm like, no, it's more or less it's a drama based around the fictional sport of pro wrestling.
Right.
It's not meant to be simulate. If you want something that's meant to simulate fighting, go watch New Japan. Yeah. Their whole presentation, from their in-ring style to their press conferences after the matches and events, that's a simulated sport. This is a drama about a fictitious sport. But I mean, I get it, man. I get it, because like, you know, I'm a fan of both fighting and pro wrestling, so I get the mixed appeal. And like, if you're into like MMA, if like you're into fighting, like it can be, you know, you're into it, it's an adrenaline rush, you know, it's a very primal thing. and you just don't get that from pro wrestling. So if that's all you're looking for is that primal adrenaline rush from these exciting fights, you don't necessarily always get that for pro wrestling. You have to put up with a lot of silly stuff to get,
or unless it's like a big match, like if you're getting like Sasha versus Charlotte, like something like that where they got rivals, like Rock and Austin, where they're gonna
throw down. Yeah. So I get where the disconnect is for a lot of those fans, but I mean, it's a variety show. If you like comedy, there's something for you. If you like drama, there's something there for you. If you like stuff that's cheesy and kid orientated, that's in there too.
It's in there too. If you're into Fireballs, it's
Fireballs,
in there too. That's like happening every week on Mondays.
Apparently.
Well, hold on. So we're talking about the Dames, right? Yeah. So like, I don't know if you saw last year, they did a thing with Dame and Steve Austin.
I did not. This is the first pro wrestling sneaker collab I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is the first, dude.
This is my first.
I'll send you links for other ones.
Okay.
And so like, Dame did a thing with Steve Austin. He even came to the tunnel of his game dressed like Steve Austin and everything. He had the like Halloween mask. He had the vest. He had everything, right? So at Ross, I was able to find this shirt, which was the Dame Steve Austin collaboration.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was gonna save this for a future Get Your Merch show, but I'm showing it to you now. But yeah,
that's badass, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Yeah, it was only $6. Like that's another thing too. That's another thing. That's another thing that me and Jay we love to do, and me and my wife is just thrift shop as well. Mainly, we try to look for like vintage sports T-shirts or like vintage wrestling T-shirts. There's actually a huge flea market everyone knows like it used to be called Rosemont Horizon, but it's the Allstate Arena now.
Okay.
And they have a huge flea market on Sundays, and like, dude, it's like, dude, anything from like back in the 90s you could find like vintage like fucking like Chicago Bulls or like North Carolina type shit or whatever, like sports area they could find.
Charlotte Hornets,
yeah, man. I have a jacket, Charlotte Hornets.
I wasn't even into basketball, but I thought that was like the coolest basketball mascot was the Charlotte Hornets as a kid.
Yeah, the B. Yeah. So that was a little tidbit.
Nice, man. Yeah, no. Lastly, before we go off here, because we're hitting about that hour mark, which I think is a good mark. My brother and I, we get wasted and go like 2 hours. I got my son. I got to put him to bed. We got to do that.
Right. We got a little buzz going.
Speaking of which, cheers, by the way. Are you drinking alcohol out of that?
Yes, I am.
That's a weird thing to drink alcohol out of. I thought this man was trying to get his electrolytes in.
It's Teavana.
I thought you were trying to get your electrolytes.
Yeah, this is straight old fashioned. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, lastly, at someday, we'll be able to close our laptops. We'll be able to put our cell phones down, and we'll be able to go back out and experience playing ball in public. Go to wrestling shows, concerts.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that you're looking forward to doing in public once you feel you're comfortable enough to do it?
I think this is gonna sound silly as hell, but I think just straight up hugging somebody.
Yeah?
Just think about the freedom of just hugging somebody, and just a hug, just like it lets you know, like, yo, we're together, we survived this thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool because we got the vaccine, you got the vaccine. It's cool to actually touch another individual. I mean, there's been many times like, you just walk around back in the day and you just high five somebody for whether they agree with you or whether they said something that you thought was funny, a little fist bump here and there. Now you can't even think about touching another person other than your family or even sometimes your family,
Man, I forget how bad you guys have it because there is like out. I mean, granted, North Carolina numbers are really bad too, so maybe our people are just dumb, but
yeah,
I've definitely fist bumped. You know what I mean? I just chase everything now. Like I chase any type of contact with somebody. Like fist bump, hand sanitizer. High five.
Yeah,
Hit a sanitizer.
exactly. Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? You can't really. I mean, you walk down the street, you can't do that. What are you gonna do? Like, just start run to the nearest store or something? You know? It's crazy. Me, I want to go to a sporting event. I want to go to like. I want to go to a. I know it sounds taboo right now, but I'm not talking in this retrospect. I'm talking in a safe. We've gotten through this bullshit. I want to be in an arena sports event. I want to be at a pro wrestling show. I want to be at a UFC event.
Yeah.
I just want to go somewhere where the atmosphere is created by the large amount of people, you know, where there is that intense atmosphere because it's a lot of people around each other and stuff. I'm excited to experience that again. So, but
it's a rush, literally. Not to quote LOD. It is a rush of people.
I went back and watched that pop. You watch AEW at all?
Yeah, of course.
That pop at Revolution when it was the Young Bucks taking on Kenny Omega and Adam Page, and Kenny Omega kicked out at 1, and everybody just went rabid at that point. That's man, I want to experience that live again.
Well, I always think back to when right before they were going to take away fans and how hot like AEW was with the crowd right before they cut off the fans.
They were rabid.
And how everyone was like, this is when they first started singing Jericho's music. And it was just great. Like that show was in Colorado with Daryl and it was just nuts, you know?
Yo, it's crazy, man. I can't wait though. I can't wait. And we'll do it together. I'm going to travel up. I have to come to Chicago anyways. My boy Jay Thunder, he's a champ right now. He's in the group chat. You'll have to ask him what wrestling company he's the champion of, but he just won his first singles title as a pro wrestler. Yeah, man, Jay Thunder did. I'm proud of him. Oh, yeah. So I got to watch that dude win his first tag team gold, and now watch his first heavyweight gold. He's the champion of the promotion. But I couldn't tell you what promotion. But yeah, I told him. I said one of the deals I made with him was I was like, yo, the moment you're in an open door situation, so I'm coming to Chicago. I've got to watch one of your matches, man. Got to support your boys.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that, man.
Dude. I'm excited, man. But appreciate having you on, dude.
Oh man, anytime, man.
Go ahead, get your shit in, man. Plug your stuff before we go.
Well, you can find us on Get Your Podcast on the Twitter. You can find us on Get Your Podcast Instagram. We are available on all podcast platforms. So just hit us up. If you like to laugh, if you want to get away from the stress of the world, come listen to your boys. Your Asian boys will get you through the day. And then after that, you check out Kyle and his crew on Smack Raw and all, putting it over and all the other shows.
Hammer's Lounge.
Hammer's Lounge.
Check out this show. Check out this show, Hammer's Lounge. We definitely went back into pro wrestling. I mean, hey, look. Definitely check out the Get Show guys. Follow them on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at the Kai Tai Show. Follow the show at Hammer's Lounge. And then follow my brother who's not here right now, but at Hammer MMA. Definitely get up with us. Our YouTube channel, look us up, the Hammers Lounge. Go ahead, subscribe, help us get to 100. You know what? If you can screenshot yourself subscribing to our YouTube and leaving a comment, I'll go ahead and send you out a complimentary Hammers Lounge holographic sticker. Why not? I got them printed, got to do something with them. So definitely hit us up. But thank you guys. And like always, until next time, y'all have a good one.